Whoa. Okay. That's what I get for not being able to find any animations. Yeah. Just remember that all of these vids belong to Romethra and I'm using them with his permission, so let's just get Tyrion out of the way while I try to recover. Jeez.
Jewel Man in the land of shinies!
At number 30 is DLN069, Jewel Man from Mega Man 9.
Shinies everywhere!
Jewel Man was created by Dr. Light to work in a diamond mining facility, fixing up old
Shinies?
and refining them. But he was getting pretty close to his expiration date, and, well, that's where Dr. Wily came in. I think you know the rest from there by now. Whole appealing to Roam thing aside, there's a lot to worry about in this stage. These pendulum swings can often end in death spikes, and if you don't land just right, you are gonna pay for it. Oh yeah, and there's also a dangerous mini-boss called, get this, Stonehead, yeah. The stage can be dangerous and Jewel Man is no picnic. His Jewel Satellite can be shot off, and you almost need it to, or he can fire it up to 4 times. Not to mention he's as durable as Diamond. However, he's very pattern-based and it can be easy to get the timing down, putting Jewel Man at number 30 on this list.
Moment of silence for shinies gone by.
At number 29 is DWN056, Turbo Man from Mega Man 7. Turbo Man is an invention of Dr. Wily's. At this point, Wily was getting so low on parts, he actually used his own car to build Turbo Man. As a result, he runs on petrol. The Turbo Man stage gets pretty hectic from the get-go as you find yourself running away from the giant bulldozer. You need to shoot the driver in order to destroy it. But it's no safer inside as you have these tires on the ceiling. Bounce into them and you'll bounce all over the place, possibly into death spikes. There's also fire bars in this stage like with Fireman stage. The good news is they're timed, the bad news is they're spastic. The last obstacle in the stage is the giant truck mini-boss, which can actually launch missiles at you. Funny thing, but no matter how long you take to destroy it, it'll drop you off right outside the boss room. Speaking of the boss, Turbo Man is very pattern-based, but that doesn't make him easy. You gotta watch out for a Scorch Wheel, and also he'll, well, pull an Andross on you, just like some other bosses. Not to mention he can actually turn to a car, more than meets the eye there, and be invincible while doing it. It's a step up in stage and a step up in the boss, putting Turbo Man at number 29. At number 28 is DWN063, Grenade Man from Mega Man 8. Grenade Man is an invention of Dr. Wily, and as his name would suggest, he's modeled after a Mark II pineapple grenade. He's also a bit of a sadomasochist. I think Renewed 83 said it best. He is messed up. Well, regardless, Dr. Wily did have some use for him, as he sent him to take over a munitions factory in Chile after he got his hands on some evil energy. There are bombs pretty much everywhere in this level. Shoot one and every similar colored bomb goes off. Funny thing is, other than the count bombs, none of the bombs in the stage can really hurt you. One of the major problems of it, the mini-boss, reminiscent of Junkman. If you really want to destroy it, you gotta use the charge shot. Otherwise, you're probably gonna have a tough time. As for Grenade Man, he can be pretty spastic. At first he's easy to read with his grenades and his flash bombs, not to mention tossing junk from the ceiling. However, when you get his health low enough, he'll use Crazy Destroyer and take out the floor, dropping you down to a lower level where the terrain is much more uneven. Now, it's a difficult fight against Grenade Man. This can get pretty tough all out, which is why Grenade Man is number 28. Up next, number 27 is KNG003, Ground Man from Mega Man and Bass. Ground Man was recruited by King and was created for the sole purpose of excavating ruins. However, he can be pretty greedy, Rome can relate, and sometimes hoards treasures without consulting his leader. Even though there's a lot less fire in it, this stage is very reminiscent of Swordman stage. There's some very interesting enemies in it as well. Like, for example, these enemies right here that, well, while you can destroy them, it's not really worth it because not only are they durable, they respawn. There's also a larger version that acts as a mini-boss, and can actually toss out miniature versions of itself. Yeah, unless you're using charge shots, that can get annoying. Also of note are these tiki block puzzles, and these annoying little drill moles. After all that, Ground Man is still no picnic. Not only does he spend most of the time hiding, he's durable. He'll drill into the ceiling and come down with a massive drill and also launch his spread drill to attack you with. Yeah, there's a lot to watch out for in this fight. You don't get many chances to counterattack him, and, well, let's just say there's a reason why he's number 27. Up at number 26 is SRN008, Pluto, from Mega Man 5 for the Game Boy. Pluto was another of the star droids that was designed for jungle combat and has aversion to the cold, which is ironic as the planet Pluto itself is, well, known for having the lowest reported temperatures in history. And I don't care what you scientists say, a dwarf planet is still a planet. My thoughts on that aside, Pluto's stage appears to be some sort of factory. Gotta watch out on these girders because they'll fall out underneath you, and if they fall on top of you, it can cause damage. You also have enemies like these, I guess they're magnet-like enemies? Anyway, they toss sparks along the floor and can be really annoying. Also, this stage does have a mini-boss, but he's more tedious than anything else. No, the real danger of the fight is Pluto, and holy crap is this guy spastic. He is unpredictable, but not to the point where he's difficult to beat. He'll launch his break dash against the walls and can also fire homing shots at you as well as these little wave bursts. It can still be a little tricky to get around his attacks though. As such, he takes the number 26 spot on this list. At number 25 is KNG-001, Dynamo Man, from Mega Man and Base. Dynamo Man used to be a simple guide robot that would take children on field trips to a power plant. But then King had him create an internal energy field to create a force field of sorts, and well, no one could get close to him after that, so Dynamo Man began to resent people. Very bad. You'll notice pretty quick that Dynamo Man's stage looks a lot similar to Grenade Man's stage, which is actually pretty interesting considering neither of them are used for the exact same thing. Dynamo Man's stage also brings a few new things to the table, like for example these conveyor belts. The longer you walk on them, the faster they go, until you step off of them, in which they start to slow down to a stop. You've also got this mini-boss called Sentry Eyes to watch out for. It can get pretty hectic with this one, considering that, well, if there's two eyes together, they can create a laser beam of sorts, which you can barely jump over. And the fight against Dynamo Man? Well, you already caught a glimpse of it in the intro for this video, so I won't go into too many details. But I will say that unless you are very good at getting the timing on for his attacks, they will hurt a lot. He is nice enough to telegraph his attacks, however, which is why he's only at number 25 on this list. At number 24 is DLN-005, Iceman from the original Mega Man and Mega Man Powered Up. Iceman was created by Dr. Light to be able to work in sub-zero conditions, and while he can work in warmer climates, it's kind of weaker there. For all its iciness, Iceman's stage has got to be the first true water level in the Mega Man games, and, well, back then the water physics weren't so good. I mean, for starters, all you do is slow up, you don't even jump higher. This was also one of the first stages that actually introduced us to the concept of the disappearing block puzzles, and it also had footholders. Oh, the footholders. Man, are these things annoying. They never go where you want them to. They're constantly trying to shoot you down. How bad are these things?
Ah, come on. Ah! This is why I really, really hate these things.
So yeah, footholders are a bunch of shiitake mushrooms. And then there's the fight with Iceman. His pattern is predictable and he never deviates from it, but it takes split-second timing to get between the ice slashers, or you are really gonna pay for it. As such, Iceman gets the number 24 spot on this list. At number 23 is DWN-034, Waveman from Mega Man 5. Waveman is an aquatic marine fighter robot that was created by Dr. Wily to take over a water administration facility. However, despite being an aquatic robot master, there's not much water in his stage. What he does have are pendulum traps and gas traps. And do you remember the bubble rising segment from Splash Woman's stage? Well, I said it came from Waveman's stage, and here it is. It's above water this time, and there's no enemies, just bubbles and death spikes. Perhaps the true difficulty of the stage comes in the wave riding section, including the special mini-boss, which looks like a giant octopus for some reason. Oh well. That's not to say Waveman isn't a difficult boss in and of himself. His water wave attack can actually deflect shots, and his harpoon shots, well, they can catch you off guard. However, getting close, and he's really not too difficult. He's still a very durable robot master, putting him at number 23 on this list. At number 22 is DLN-071, Magma Man from Mega Man 9. Magma Man was created by Dr. Light to oversee safety operations and management of a geothermal power plant, and apparently he likes all things hot, including spas. Wonder what other hot things he likes.
I don't really know if my stomach can handle this stuff. I mean, half of these items seem to have 3 chili peppers stamped next to the names just as a standard.
Ah, that's baby food. You'll get a 5-pepper dish and add some jalapeno sauce to it, and then it's gonna leave that wonderful tingly sensation in your mouth for days.
And now I'm giving credit to Aqualung and his animation team. Hey, don't look at me like that. It's not like I script these things out in advance. They just come to me. But yeah, there is a lot of lava and fire in this stage, and of course falling into lava means instant death. But that's not the only instant death hazard in this stage. Oh no. There are also these magma beams that kinda look like force beams, we'll get into those later, that can kill you in one hit. However, if you stand close enough to them without actually running into them, they set off sparks. Cool feature. There is also a dragon mini-boss you gotta watch out for, but it can be easy if you keep to the sides. Just watch out, it's not a sure thing. Now after all that, the fight with Magma Man can be surprisingly easy. It's the stage itself that's hard. Magma Man, his Magma Bazooka can be easy to dodge and he's not very durable. But like I said, we're looking at stages as well. As such, Magma Man takes the number 22 spot on this list. At number 21 is DWN038, Charge Man from Mega Man 5. Charge Man is an invention of Dr. Wily's that was modeled after his steam locomotive. The idea being it for it to be camouflaged while he makes shipments back and forth between wherever and Dr. Wily's fortress. The train theme is abundant in this stage, and that includes these Mets that actually ride around in trains. And inside the cargo hold of the train, you'll find robotic hands and robotic rats. What the heck is Charge Man supposed to be transporting anyway? Huh. Well, regardless, the stage doesn't have anything you haven't seen before. The real difficulty comes from Charge Man. Not only is he durable, he can spend a good deal of the time invincible with his Charge Kick attack and his Burning Coal move. This guy is unpredictable. Even if you try to keep him in the center to try and make sure that you can dodge him, it's not a sure thing. That's the reason why Charge Man is being put at number 21 on this list. As the Mega Man 5 roster is finished off, so too is Tier 8. Tier 9 comes in next video.